Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce you to Bruce Buffer. Bruce, thank you for coming here and meeting with us. It's an honor to have you.
Thank you. My pleasure to be here.
Okay, so first, tell us what you do. Now, you are obviously the manager of Michael Buffer, who's known as the ring announcer, but you're involved in that business as well, and you have your own side of that, so tell us what you do.
Well, the hottest thing happening in the fight game today is the Ultimate Fighting Championship, and I'm known around the world as the voice of the octagon. So I get in there, and I'm in the tuxedo, and it's just me and the fighters and the referee, and I don't get blood on me. Usually, it's happened. But that's my thing, and I travel around the world doing that. Plus, I manage my brother's career and the Let's Get Ready to Rumble trademark. I create all the video games and toys and everything having to do with the business I do. I just want him to do his thing. I'm in front of the camera, behind the camera. You've heard of P. Diddy. I'm B. Buffy.
B. Buffy, all right, I like it. All right, so B. Buffy. There's a lot of rumors. A lot of people have conjecture as to what exactly is the deal with the Let's Get Ready to Rumble. Obviously, it's your trademark, or your brother's, I'm not sure which one.
Trademark, although we're partners, we're 50-50 in all the money that comes in. How's that?
Sounds good.
Yeah.
But there's been rumors everything from like $200,000 up to $1 million per every time that this phrase is said.
Right.
Is that in any way accurate?
Well, if it was, I would have had the private jet drop me off here. But, you know, quite honestly, has there been $1 million made on a deal involving Michael and Let's Get Ready to Rumble? Yes, I've negotiated $1 million deals. Does he get that every time you see him in the boxing ring? No, he doesn't get that, but he gets paid very handsomely, and the fees range and change based on the event at hand. You know, do I have him on the court for the NBA championships? Is he announcing Lennox Lewis in the ring? Is he imploding the Hacienda Hotel in Vegas? I mean, I have him in every form of sports and entertainment, which was my original goal because he was only in boxing. And when we met, we're long-lost half-brothers. There's a big story behind that. I saw him on TV. I searched him out. After knowing him for a couple of years, I said, you're not trademarking this, you're not protecting it. I'm going to make you richer, more famous than you ever dreamed, myself in the process, and this trademark part of American culture. And that was 15 years ago, and that was my goal. And hopefully I fulfilled it. I hope I have.
Well, it seems that you have. I mean, Let's Get Ready to Rumble is now a staple in almost any sports event, just like We Will Rock You, you know, from Queen. Yeah. But how did you get into the management side of it? I mean, you've obviously done a great thing with this phrase and with your brother. So were you always in management, or is this something that just kind of, you had an idea, light bulb went off, and you did it?
Well, that's pretty much it. I mean, if you look in the dictionary, you look under the term entrepreneur, it's going to say i.e. Bruce Buffer. Because I truly am, I think, the epitome of what an entrepreneur is, which is somebody that thinks of a dream, makes it into a goal, and goes to achieve their goal. And I'm big on that. So I've always owned my own businesses since I was 19. And I had two businesses when I finally realized that Michael was my long-lost half-brother. And then when we finally met and I went to a couple of events, I started to get really excited. I realized the excitement that was created every time he opened up and spoke with that great voice of his and his James Bond looks and the whole nine yards. And when the Rumble came out, he created that to be a gentleman start your engine kind of term. But nothing was being done with it. And my brother will tell you he's the biggest procrastinator, worst businessman there is, you know, because he doesn't want to do any of the business. I'm not. See, that's my middle name. I'm a 24/7 businessman and 24/7 poker man, as we realizing recently. So I saw an avenue to not only do for him what I told him I would do for him, but at the same time I realized it was going to give me a chance to take me to a next level. And I was making great money. I've always made good money, but I sold two businesses. With the money I had in the bank, I quit. I had a house on the beach, costing me $5,000 a month. I had no way to know how I was going to pay for it, except to fulfill a dream by my passion, which I had, which was to fulfill his dreams and my dreams in the process.
Well, and it seems that you've done that, but how about your poker dreams? Now, you're not playing in this event. Why are you not playing in the L.A. Poker Classic?
Well, I just took third last week in the $1,000 entry part of the L.A. Classic. Won $50,000. Yay. Very happy about that. Very good. Thank you. Nice little bankroll for 2007. But the reason I didn't enter this is because I have an Ultimate Fighting Championship next week, and the day of the final table is the day I have to leave for Columbus, Ohio. And it's snowing, and I can't take the chance of delaying the flight and then missing that show. There's always poker tournaments, but there's not always Ultimate Fighting Championships. And that's what I do. And it's killing me. I'm standing here right now, realizing I should be in these final 100 sitting over here, because I just played them last week, and I did as well as I did. And my confidence is so high. When I enter a poker tournament, I see myself at the final table. If I can't be there, then why enter the tournament? Right. It's killing me.
Well, not only are you a player, but you're also a member of the business side of the poker industry. As you said, you've always done the business side, so why any different in this industry? So tell us about what you're doing on the business side of poker.
Well, on the business side, my first experience actually was when I placed sixth at the World Poker Tour's L.A. Invitational 2 years ago. Chris Ferguson took me out at the final table on TV. And I got to know him and Phil Gordon, and they invited me to be in their Final Table Poker instructional DVD, which is considered by almost everybody, and the pros included, the best instructional DVD out there. So that was my first business side of it. But 5 years ago, I knew poker was going to get huge. Just like I knew Michael was going to get huge. Just like I knew Ultimate Fighting was going to get huge 12 years, 13 years ago. So those are my 3 visionary achievements. And I realized that I wanted to be part of that. So I've worked for the last couple of years to develop the RumblePoker.com website, where people can go, they can play poker for free, they can play poker for money. You can win UFC tickets, boxing tickets if you play there. You can play some of your favorite fighters. But recently, thank you, to our favorite government, the SafePort Act being signed has thrown a glitch in the machine for everybody online. But the owners of Rumble Poker, because I licensed the trademark to them, I do not own it, because I can't, I wouldn't be standing here. But the license that we gave to the owners are keeping it running for U.S. play. And they're bettering the site, bringing on a new network in about 2 weeks. So RumblePoker.com is my business side of it, and I'm pretty excited about that. But I see other avenues to be involved in the business of poker. I'm going to get involved a little more in the TV aspect. I think I can see myself either hosting, or I definitely want to play on some shows. So Poker After Dark, I'm there.
Nice. Yeah. It's a great show, by the way.
Great show, I love it.
So do you think there are a lot of similarities between a poker player and a fighter?
There's no question. The mental similarities between playing poker and fighting are so similar. In fighting, you throw jabs to set up the big right cross to throw out the knockout. In poker, it could be a feeler bet to see what the guy has while you're sitting there with your set, hoping to make a full house to take him completely out. You have to count your outs on your 9 outs. You have 9 cards on the table, or excuse me, your flush. You've got your flush running. You've got your outs coming. Okay, you're going into the next round. You realize that every time you throw a jab at this guy, he's coming back at you. He's hitting you on the side of the head. He's taking you down. He's trying to choke you out. Everything is an analyzation, and everything in poker and in fighting is thinking ahead of your next punch, thinking ahead of your next deal. And that's the way I look at poker. The more you train, the better you get. You don't train, you don't get any better. You don't train, you step in with the best, you're going to get killed or you're going to get taken out. You throw a punch too fast, you either get knocked out or you win the fight. You go all in at a poker table, you either get knocked out or you win the fight. There's many similarities, and on RumblePoker.com I have an article, The Mental Similarities of Poker and Fighting, and I truly believe it to be completely true. As a matter of fact, I relate poker to everything I do in life, because I think the aspects are the same. I really do.
Very interesting. Well, we can be sure that whatever you decide to do in the poker industry is going to be a knockout, and we thank you for coming here and taking your time to speak with us. And hopefully we'll be seeing a little bit more in the MMA industry. Maybe there'll be some crossover between poker and MMA, and maybe we'll get you on our radio show in a little while.
Well, if it's MMA, then I'm there, and all I can tell everybody watching, it's time to begin to do battle on the green felt battlefield with the gladiators of the cards, and I'm one of them. Come get me.
There you go. I wasn't going to ask him to do anything that would have cost me money, but we got it for free. There we have it. Bruce Buffer and Rich Belsky for Card Player TV.